This video explains how to calculate percentage values by the groups in a data frame using the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. In this video I will show you an example, and for this example we first need to create a data frame, as you can see in lines 2 to 4 of the code. So after running these lines of code, a new data set is appearing at the top right, which is called data. And if you click on this data set, a new window is opened, which is showing the structure of our data frame. And as you can see, our data frame contains a group column, a subgroup column, and a column called values. Now let's assume that we want to calculate percentages based on these columns. Then we can apply the code that you can see in lines 6 to 9. So in these lines of code I'm using the transform, the AVE and the prop.table functions to calculate percentages by groups. So if you run these lines of code, you can see at the top right of RStudio that a new data set is appearing, which is called data new1. And if you open this data set, you can see that the first 3 columns are the same compared to our input data frame. However, we have added another column which is called perc, and this column contains the percentage share of each of those values in the total sum of those values within each group of our data frame. So for instance, the value 1 has a percentage share of 10% in our group A. Because as you can see, this group contains the values 1, 2, 3 and 4. Those values add up to a sum of 10, and for that reason the value 1 has 10% of the total sum. Similar to that, we can also use the dplyr package to create such a data frame, as I will show you in the second example starting in line 11 of the code. So in this case we first need to install and load the dplyr package. I have installed the package already, so for that reason I'm just going to load it with line 12 of the code. And then in the next step we can use the group by, the mutate and the as.data.frame functions to create a new data frame that contains the same values as we have calculated before. So after running these lines of code, a new data set is appearing at the top right, which is called data new2. And if you open this data set, you can see that we have created another data frame, and this data frame contains exactly the same percentage values as our previously created data frame. However, this time we have used the dplyr package instead of base R. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video so you can find it there. If you have liked this video or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.